Morning, Laura.
How's it going?
Well, it's pretty good right now. Better than it was earlier. Today is July 19th.
Yep.
That makes it day 55, right? Day 55.
Do you ever think in your wildest dreams you'd have 55 days at sea?
Not on this trip. But as you can hear, we've hoisted the iron mizzen, and we're making 6.5 knots, or 6.5 miles per hour actually, over the ground towards Cape Flattery and Neah Bay just beyond. I reckon we have enough fuel, at least I hope. We have partly cloudy skies, a lot of sun up there, and we have 45 miles to go. We haven't sighted land yet. It was a dark and rainy night last night. Didn't make a lot of progress under sail, but this morning we fired up the motor and we're doing good. So we're looking forward to arriving at Neah Bay sometime around 5 or 6 p.m., 1800 hours. And we're going to have to check in with Tofino Radio here pretty soon. Let them know we're arriving into the traffic control area. And we'll get back to you when we reach Neah Bay and we've had a shower and a shave and all those other good stuff. Meanwhile, Captain's log supplemental stardate 2007 07 whatever.
Start over.
Nah, I'm not gonna start over. Well, I really wish we could have recorded the radio conversation between us and Tofino Traffic. It was actually kind of comical, in a way. You know, I appreciate that Laura's mother is worried about us, but I can just imagine. We reported in as required at longitude 125 degrees 35 minutes west. As we crossed that line, I called Tofino Traffic, identified ourselves with our call sign. They had a lot of questions, but basically the answers are we weren't able to sail as fast as we wanted to because of our forestay. We couldn't put up head sails, so we dropped down to like 30-40 miles a day. Also, we bobbed around 100 miles off Vancouver Island for 4 days. But now we're less than 25 miles from the strait. Expect to be there by 5 o'clock this afternoon. And the motor's humming along nicely. Provided we don't run out of fuel, we should be fine. There is a gale warning for the strait for this evening or early tomorrow morning, but I expect we'll beat that in. That's the whole idea. Started the engine at 7 o'clock this morning and we've been motoring ever since. We were about 50 miles out, and we're getting a nice boost from the wind, so we're motor sailing at times well over 7 knots. So we should be in there in good order real quick. But we're fine. The boat's well found. It's a Vega after all. We just have a few minor little problems. Ran out of hot cocoa. What else did we run out of? Used the last of the toilet paper this morning. But we're fine. The weather is fine, although even this close we can't see land because there's a fog bank in front of us. And visibility in the strait is only a couple of miles. But that's all we need. This part of the voyage is almost over. And we're monitoring Tofino Radio on channel 74 just in case.
Station calling Tofino Traffic, go ahead.
2 souls and a cat.
What? Oh. Yeah, when we called Tofino Traffic, they asked us to confirm that there were 3 people on board. My response was no, there's 2 souls and a cat.
Roger, the fishing vessel.
Well, you know, to some people, cats are people too.
Traffic lanes to the north.
I'm not quite there yet myself,
The other vessels are not.
but I know that
Tofino Traffic at this time.
Laura's mom and grandma are, so I'm sure that Bree is just as important to them as Lori is. But the the Coast Guard doesn't feel that way about it, believe me. Anyway, we made it, fine, everything's good, 55 days out of Honolulu, and not for the fog bank in front of us, we'd be inside of land right now.
Roger, thank you. Are reminded of Rule 10 of the International Collision Regulations, stating that vessels less than 20 meters, sailing vessels, and vessels engaged in fishing shall not impede the safe passage of any vessel using the traffic lanes. A number of small vessels have been reported fishing in the inbound traffic lane near Buoy Juliet. The eastbound passenger vessel, Amsterdam, making approximately 20 knots inbound for the Straits, is approaching Buoy Juliet. All sport or fishing vessels in this area are required to keep clear of this vessel. Boaters intending to fish in this area are requested to maintain a radio watch on Vessel Traffic Service Channel 74 at all times. Casino traffic out.
Well, what are we doing?
We are making our way into Makaha Marine. We've tried raising Big Salmon Resorts and Makaha Marine. Makaha closed before they contacted Big Salmon back to see if they had any slips. This trawler ahead of us heard our plight and has kindly invited us to follow him in. He has a free slip next to him, so we're going to tie up next to this fellow for the evening. Thank goodness. I think the only other option was anchoring out, and well, we don't really want to do that today.
No, we don't.
So,
And we're going to duck inside because the camera is out of its
spinning
plastic case
Yep.
and it's starting to rain.
so go ahead and put that away, and we should be in probably about 40 minutes to an hour.
Yep.
Yay!
Also, we have to call the Coast Guard and give them our position again.
So
Okay,
put that
so
away. Let's
we're going to follow the trawler. Where'd he go? There he is. Follow the trawler into Neah Bay.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship.